In fact, 66 years ago, the IMF was founded in Bretton Woods, and the ILO had a major conference in Philadelphia, which sort of revised the ILO constitution, in particular by saying labor is not a commodity, and poverty anywhere is a threat to prosperity everywhere. We are sort of revisiting these foundational chapters of the institutions of both institutions, saying that the growth period, globalization, was unfair, unsustainable socially and politically. We are on record since 2004 at least, ILO officially saying this globalization is politically, socially and economically unsustainable. 2004. 2008, Lehman Brothers, 2 years ago. So we were among the voices saying, careful, this is going the wrong way. The ILO is not a country, the ILO is an international institution. Certainly some in the US were listening to us. At the time, the Labor Secretary was Robert Reich. He was a frequent visitor to the ILO. He certainly was sharing the views of the ILO. But you're talking about a very complex system. Plus, everybody was riding on the hope of globalization, new markets, new growth, and everybody was somewhat disillusioned by robust numbers, which we now know were not so robust. And there is a more fundamental issue, is that GDP numbers, they add value added, of which is included what happens in stock markets and financial markets. This is not wealth that improves the situation of people. All the people in India and all the people in the world do not benefit from the fact that a few billionaires add a few billions to their already considerable wealth. So I think there's no dispute about rising inequality globally in too many countries. There is a problem about, or there is debate about how to address it. Because once inequalities go up, it's very difficult to bring them down. That is, I think, the debate. One of the ways, obviously, is through redistribution, better social protection. That is only one of the ways. The other way is through better employment. One of the main proposals of the ILO is to have a better link between productivity increases and wages through better collective bargaining. Now, obviously that may sound not applicable to India because your former sector is so limited, but one could still conceive it as applicable to India under evolving circumstances. About these issues, how they will play out in India, we'll have to see, but it is about balancing the economic and the social, of which there has been too many imbalances, including in the run-up to this crisis. The advice of this conference, I think there was broad agreement among all panelists that we heard this morning, is better balance, better attention to employment, at least equal attention to employment as to growth. Growth is one, but as you heard the managing director of the IMF, there are many situations where growth does not produce jobs or not sufficient jobs. Therefore, macroeconomic policy has to look at macroeconomic stability, but also at social stability, at the growth in jobs, essential. That is part of the message of this conference, and that is a message shared between the ILO and the IMF.